What is good, global Pokemon League? This is MapCRimSoNCobRa, your Ubers guru, here for an Ubers match. This Ubers match is versus Sazandoring, the first GPL Ubers challenge. So there's that. And he leads off with a Whimsicott. I lead off with a Politoed, or not Politoed, a Kyogre. Fearing the Stun Spore, I do go into my my Ferrothorn. I was pretty sure he was going to go for the sub, but I didn't really want to risk it. I did not think he would taunt though. Taunt was kind of surprising, sort of. I usually don't see taunt on a Uber set of a Whimsicott, so you know that kind of renders my my Ferrothorn useless. I do switch out to my Dialga. He ends up going for a Cotton Guard and a Leech Seed. Cotton Guard is questionable. I really never have seen a Whimsicott actually use Cotton Guard successfully as much as this guy has. I do know that since he won't taunt me, or I'm pretty sure he won't taunt me, I will go for the Stealth Rocks here. And yeah, I'm kind of fearing. I kind of feared that he did have the what is it called? Stun Spore. There you go. Stun Spore. But seeing his entire set, he actually doesn't have it. So I know it's perfectly safe to switch in my Arceus, but he actually the Extreme Speed does not kill it after a Cotton Guard, so that is a problem. So I switch out to my Ferrothorn, predicting the Leech Seed, and then I predict the Taunt, and I go back out into my Dialga. Now, since he did boost his defense with the Cotton Guard, he hasn't boosted his special defense at all. So I know that me just spewing out Aura Spheres at the Whimsicott will eventually make it to switch out or something. And, you know, so that does break the sub, thankfully. I was kind of worried about if it would or not, because it isn't stab, it isn't really that strong, really. But, you know, there's that. So he actually does decide to switch. He switches out into a Blissey. Now, this Blissey was okay. I really don't have that much of a problem with Blissey and Ubers anymore, as much as it was in, like 4th gen. 4th gen was annoying. But in 5th gen, it's not that big of a problem, because I can just switch out and go into Ferrothorn, which is what I do here. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I do switch out to my Ferrothorn, my balls, and he actually goes for the Protect, I guess just to stall out for Leech Seed or something. So there's that. So I can freely just set up some spikes as he sends in a Darkrai. Darkrai, I don't know, but I switch out. I go into my Dialga. I wanted to choose a Sleep Fodder that I don't really need. I don't really need Dialga because I did already set up its rocks. It kind of did its job already, and that's pretty much all it's supposed to do. That and kill Ferrothorns. But you know, he doesn't really have a Ferrothorn, and I already set up rocks, so there's really no point for this Dialga other than just to resist hits and you know, just sit there and being a wall. So I decided to switch out as he switches out into a Giratina. I switched to Mewtwo, which wasn't the greatest thing ever because I know those things can obviously Shadow Claw, they can Dragon Tail, they can do a lot of stuff. I decided to go into Ferrothorn, but he just roars me right back out into Mewtwo, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just keep switching out because, you know, there is no entry hazards or anything like that hurting me, so me switching isn't really that big of a deal. He does go back out into his Blissey. Not really threatened by that because, you know, Mewtwo does have the Psyshock, obviously, so, you know, that makes Blissey even easier. But since I do have my Ferrothorn out, he is going to go for the Seismic Toss, which really is a poor choice. I was kind of fearing Fire Blast if anything, but Seismic Toss, I mean, you're getting hurt by Iron Barbs and stuff, so I don't know. So he switches out into Captain KFC, which is his Blaziken, and I just go for that Leech Seed. So yeah, Leech Seeding a Blaziken is always nice. And yeah, so fearing the obvious high jump kick or the Flare Blitz or some fire move really, even though it's raining, I'm pretty sure I'd die to any fire move. So I go into my Dialga, but he actually goes for Fire Punch, and I know I could have lived a Fire Punch, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I do Death Fodder my Dialga at this point because it is asleep, obviously, and yeah, so there goes Dialga. So I do switch into my Arceus. Arceus, if he does switch out his Blaziken will just have to take more entry hazards and will only have like maybe 1 or 2 attacks to hit with. He does go for Protect. I don't really know why, but you know, he does. And I just Extreme Speed again because, you know, whatever. I just wanted to kill that thing. So Blaziken is down. He goes into his Q-tip again. Now, I guess in his head he was thinking, well, he's a Whimsicott, he has priority over me, but Extreme Speed does have a +2 priority, not +1, meaning Extreme Speed will go before any of Whimsicott's Prankster attacks. So that will easily take out the Whimsicott, and yeah, so that is 2 KOs for the mighty Arceus. So he now goes into Giratina. I know Arceus. Well, I know Giratina can wall Arceus pretty well, and I was kind of fearing the Will-O-Wisp. So I go into my Ferrothorn. He actually goes for the rest. So I'm not entirely sure if he has Will-O-Wisp. I know standard Giratinas usually have Rest Talk, and then either Roar, Dragon Tail, or Will-O-Wisp as their last 2 moves. But I actually never see his last move, so I really don't know what set it was. He actually roars me out into Kabutops. I get a crit with Stone Edge, whatever, and he Sleep Stalks the rest, which, you know, sucks for him, but yeah. So, knowing that he would wake up next turn, I predicted the rest, and I go for the Swords Dance, and he actually does go for the rest, so that's a pretty good prediction for me, and, you know, as long as, I don't know, as long as he uses his last move, which hopefully isn't Will-O-Wisp or Dragon Tail, and is like, you know, Shadow Claw or something, and not roar me out or Will-O-Wisp me, I'll be fine. He actually does Sleep Talk again and goes for the rest, so, you know, that's kind of the bad thing about playing with Sleep Talk, because you will get the rest a couple times, and, you know, that kind of just sucks. And yeah, so Shit Pickle does take out the Giratina, and he sends in the Palkia. I guess he's praying for either being faster or me missing the Stone Edge. But I actually hit the Stone Edge, and he does get taken out, so that sucks for him. And he goes into Darkrai. Now, his Darkrai's Scarfed, and he actually ends up being faster and Focus Blasts me, but he misses. Now that would have easily KO'd Kabutops. However, I did have Mewtwo, which I could send in, which would resist Focus Blast, and obviously the Blissey would get taken out by Mewtwo because I do have Psy Break, something like that. Which would hit its defensive side, so the Blissey wouldn't be that big of a deal. And then, you know, if he sends in Dialga, I have a lot of pokes to take care of a Dialga that's choiced. So, but, you know, so the Focus Blast didn't really matter. It's just him hitting rest all the time. That kind of sucked for him. But, anyways, that is the game. That is the first Ubers match for you guys. That is pretty much it. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys, and yeah, I'll see ya.